Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. No Formula 1 this weekend, but there is still plenty of motorsport going on, including the Goodwood Revival, which I won't be doing predictions for because it's not really in the spirit of the event. I don't care who wins. Look, pretty cars. But there is a lot of other stuff going on, including World Rally Championship from Greece, World Rallycross from Portugal, Nitro Cross gets underway in Virginia, USA, NASCAR starts for playoffs in Atlanta, DTM from the Sachsenring, British GT from Donington Park, Brazilian Stock Car Pro from the Vela Park, and the penultimate round of TCR Europe from Brno in the Czech Republic. Before we get started with this new set of predictions, let's look at how I did last week. Well, I got Charles Leclerc winning the Italian Grand Prix, which I think not too many others did. Scotty Mack winning in IndyCar, not a big shock, and Patrick Woods-Toff winning 3 instead of 2 should have been obvious. Not too bad though, there were a few second places in there as well, so I was really close to getting at least half right. So subscribe for more super accurate predictions in the future, and let's jump into the video. Let's start with the World Rally Championship, the Acropolis Rally from Greece, one of the toughest on the calendar, and with only 9 Rally 1 cars starting, I almost guarantee points for some WRC2 cars. Jordan Serdaridis is back, and I expect him to join Gregoire Munster at the back of the pack if they survive at all. Elflyn Evans, Seb Ogier and Takamoto Katsuta are the only 3 Toyotas in town, and it now seems to be down to part-time driver Seb Ogier to lead the charge, unless Evans can do something to stop him here. And honestly, he has nothing to lose. Ogier must be kicking himself for missing a couple of rounds earlier in the year. He could have dominated this championship and be cruising by now. Hyundai have Thierry Neuville and Tanak as usual, with Danny Sordo in the third car this time. Neuville needs to finish every rally for the rest of the year, and road sweeping is going to make his job very difficult here. Tanak needs to take points off Toyota as well. Less at stake for him, he can almost play the role of backing up his teammate now he's had one too many disasters. But I think we are going to see a shock win here for Adrian Formau in the Ford. What better place to take your first win than a rally known for attrition, especially when you're a driver who had built up a reputation for crashing. Seb Ogier will be second and Neuville third. I'd be surprised if more than 5 cars don't hit trouble. Sticking to the theme of racing on dirt, World Rallycross has its penultimate round in Portugal. I can't believe we only have a couple of weekends of this series left. I feel like it just started, and let's be honest, Johan Kristoffersson will be champion, claiming it here with 2 more dominant wins. I have lost all hope for this series. Sometimes it can be entertaining, but in terms of a championship, they should just call it the Kristoffersson Cup. Maybe we can have a secondary trophy for the best of the rest. World Rallycross Cup for losers or something. But we also have the start of Nitro Cross from Virginia. Only 8 drivers taking part in the top class, which is a bit of a shame. But there's plenty of racing taking place in Virginia over the course of the weekend. I'm especially looking forward to Travis Pastrana competing against his wife, Lindsay Pastrana, in the SXS class. That sounds like a good way to start divorce proceedings. As for the top class, Robin Larson is the man to beat, having won the last 2 championships, and Nitro Cross doesn't want to get into the same Kristoffersson-shaped rut as World Rallycross. So we'll say wins for Fraser McConnell and Kevin Eriksson. Nitro Cross isn't going to come to an end till March, so it's far too early to paint a title picture, but Robin Larson will almost certainly be involved. Can anyone stop him? NASCAR starts the playoffs in Atlanta. If you're in the playoffs and you're going to have some bad luck, now is the time to do it, I guess. I think we'll see a win for Kyle Larson, who has been the best NASCAR driver of 2024. Otherwise, I imagine this will be a pretty typical NASCAR race. DTM is at the Sachsenring. The Van der Linders both took a win at the last round and opened the championship up, with the top 3 having a gap, but not far away enough to count anyone out at this point. The 2 races at Sachsenring are crucial. I think we'll see a win for Mirko Bortolotti. The Lamborghini driver lost the championship lead last time out and will regain it with a win here. And the Porsche of reigning champion Thomas Preining will win a race and have a very good weekend, bringing him right into title contention. A lot of drivers could still close to the top, so there are going to be moves aplenty in this race, some contact and some tight racing. I think DTM could have the race of the weekend. Mark my words. Let's round up the last few series we are going to see this weekend. Brazilian Stock Car is back at the Vela Park, and the top 5 in the championship are separated by just 13 points. Not bad for a series where if you won both races, you would score 135 points. So, guessing who is going to win is literally just that. Guessing. Let's say a win for Julia Campos and a win for Gabriel Casagrande. The reigning champion is only 8th in the championship right now and could do with a little boost after having a really bad weekend at Belo Horizonte. At the moment, Felipe Massa still leads the championship, and there are 4 rounds after the Vela Park, so plenty of time for things to change. The next 2 aren't even in Brazil. The series heads to Uruguay and Argentina, so there is still plenty to play for. But we usually see fireworks in this series, and that will almost certainly be the case at the Vela Park. British GT from Donington Park, the last time they were here, it was very wet. This is the penultimate round, and it looks like a straight fight between the 2 Barwell Motorsport Lamborghinis, and I think we'll see the Collards put one hand on the championship here. They'll beat the other Lamborghini of Sandy Mitchell and Alex Martin, but they won't win. In fact, third at best. I think the win will go to Phil Keane and Ian Loggy in the 2-seat Mercedes. They've not had a great year, so why not? Surely they've got to win at some point. I don't normally bother with GT4, but it's almost a more interesting championship to watch. A few more cars can be involved in the finale. I think the Forsetti Aston Martin of William Orton and Mark Warren will win at Donington and lead the championship into the final round at Snetterton. Finally, TCR Europe. This series has been on a break for a couple of months, so forgive me for not remembering anything that's happened so far in 2024. A win apiece for Aurelien Comte and Franco Girolami in Brno, but with the Hondas close by in both races. So, they are my predictions for the forthcoming weekend. By the time this video comes out, the WRC will have started, but feel free to leave your predictions anyway. They're almost certainly more accurate than mine. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more motorsport content, members only videos now available. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.